What's poppin', y'all? Looks like Plaque Boy Max, that what did they say? Blood is thicker than water. It looks like he decided to side with his own cousin against his idol, Adin Ross. Now, this all stems from the situation that his cousin caused, which dragged Plaque Boy Max into the situation with FaZe, which he did end up profiting from it. But if you guys remember, Plaque Boy Max was the first to leave FaZe. But his cousin, he threw some crazy allegations on Charlie D'Amelio as well as FaZe Banks. So I'm going to play you guys that clip right now.
Put it on God. You wasn't Charlie D'Amelio when she was 18. And I want to take that a step further. Put it on God, you ain't that when she was 17. Now, gang, I did a little something. Like, I see she's from Massachusetts, too. Like, you slid in her. Like, yo, I miss home, too. Like, I want to know how you went in that. I know you that because you carrying around like an arm trophy. You can't even drink, gang. You can't even drink. The waiter sneaks her a drink. He said, don't.
So this guy was talking like, yo, FaZe Banks, you was with Charlie D'Amelio when she was 18. No, actually, were you with her when she was 17? And this was responded to swiftly by FaZe Banks and by Charlie D'Amelio. Charlie D'Amelio gave a thumbs up to FaZe Banks' response, and he put out a statement and said, this is crazy. And he was even, I'm going to play you guys the clip right now. He was even trolling about like the Charlie D'Amelio situation.
I'm starting a petition.
You've reached 911 for the city of Los Angeles. Do not hang up.
I'm not.
Call will be answered by the next available operator. Please remain.
Okay, this is an emergency. This is an emergency. This is an emergency. This is an emergency. Hi, sir. I have a concern. Huh? No. This is more of a, I want to make a complaint.
So what happened, Adin Ross, he knows these guys, and he warned Plaque Boy Max's cousin. So he wouldn't even open the clip, which is doing him a service. He's like, I'm not even going to shine the light on this. I'm going to play you guys that clip right now.
God! You wasn't Charlie D'Amelio when she was 18.
Wow, that's a crazy accusation, Phil.
I want to.
See, I ain't gonna lie, I'm closing off, bro. You don't know, but the D'Amelios, the father, they're very connected. I'm not reacting to that. Hey, I ain't gonna lie, yo, I don't even know. You got a lawyer up. I'm just giving you advice. You are. Yo, is he?
That's Max's cousin.
Yeah, dude, he's. They'll sue him for everything he's got. I'm not even reacting to that clip. That's the D'Amelio fan. Look up that dad. That dad, hey. Yo, that dad, yo, bro.
Like
Dude, unplugged.
S-tier Jew?
Yes.
S-tier
Very, yes. He already, oh yeah, GG's, it's over. I ain't gonna lie. Get him off the internet, Max. That's your cousin, yo, I ain't gonna lie. See, anything that, the problem is with the internet and streaming, is everything in streaming is so normal and free. The problem is, sometimes we don't understand and know it. Nah, but they're not gonna come after specifically him in the lawsuit. It won't be a personal lawsuit. They could.
So how does Plaque Boy Max react to this situation? Well, he calls out Adin Ross. I'm going to play you guys that clip right now.
I keep saying Adin or what he has done or what he's been saying, but I will say this. First of all, Adin, please get off my nigga BD. I'm going to just say that one time. 2, do not let Bankstein brainwash you. You're your own man. That's the second thing I'm going to say. And that's all I'm going to say. You feel me? You're your own person. Think for yourself and really analyze the situation. Because no one else going to tell you it, so I will.
There's a couple of different layers to this one. So first off, he's doubling. Number one, Adin Ross didn't say anything. He warned him. So Adin Ross was doing your foolish cousin, who's banned on Twitch, by the way. We don't know how long the ban is. He was doing him a solid by saying, like, yo, you don't want to mess with these people. This is not something that you just want to throw on. And it's not even you don't want to mess with them like you're trying to hide what they were doing. They're all explicitly saying, like, this never happened. And you shouldn't find it okay to throw allegations like that regardless. But he calls out, it tells Adin Ross to hop off his cousin's D. Adin Ross didn't say nothing about his cousin. Adin Ross kept it pushing. He didn't even play the clip. So that's wild to react to Adin like that. And then he talks about, and then he references Bankstein. So he's still on the whole train of FaZe Banks. So first, and Bankstein, obviously Epstein. So he's kind of alluding to that as well. But first, we're going to talk about how inspired Plaque Boy Max was by Adin Ross, which I'm going to play you guys that clip right now.
Yo, never believe me when I say this, but Adin was my biggest inspiration, bro.
Really?
Yes, bro. Aiden's the reason I started streaming. Because I thought streaming was for dorks. I thought it was lame as f***. I thought you'd go on that play games. I never, ever had Twitch. Ever. And then he did a stream with Lil TJ, and I'm like, hold on. You can do other shit besides just gaming on here.
That's tough.
And then I realized, and then I'm like, wow, bro, I want to do this.
That's
no
tough.
cap. Shout out Adin, bro.
You know,
Aiden got a lot of hate. I think he going through
started
some
out rapper, the whole celebrity on stream type shit.
So he's saying that Adin Ross was the reason that he started streaming, which, like, get this. He's talking about, like, yo, I thought Twitch was for gamers and nerds and this and that. All right. And it was funny because it's the Lil TJ stream, because Lil TJ got into an issue with Plaque Boy Max because he wouldn't let him smoke in the Airbnb. So that's kind of poetic. But Adin Ross was the guy that told you Twitch wasn't for nerds and was cool, when Adin Ross at that time was the guy that was doing pull-ups on rainbow dildos, pretending to slobber on them. Wow. Well, that's, I mean, realistically, what's worse, that or somebody that's who inspired you? That's what he's saying. Now, you know, we like Adin Ross over here. I mean, I think he's done a lot of positive, but if that era of Adin Ross, he was moving mad. Anyway, so now you're coming at Adin Ross for what reason? So Adin Ross, there's a Lil TJ situation, and then you're doubling down on this Bankstein thing, which looks worse on Plaque Boy Max, because this Charlie D'Amelio thing happened years ago. Charlie D'Amelio's 22 now. She can't be older than that, because I know Dixie's like, how old? 24 or something like that. Yeah, Charlie D'Amelio. Okay, Charlie D'Amelio's 21 years old right now. So even if this was a year ago, we have texts of Plaque Boy Max talking to FaZe Banks for months. And then now, so some people are going to say like, oh, well, he didn't mess with him because, you know, like he called him like a certain word, and maybe he's coming at Adin Ross for defending that, but that's not what he was doing. He was talking about Adin Ross, specifically talking about his cousin, and the only time that he said something about his cousin was very briefly and saying like, yo, you're going to get sued. They're going to sue you for everything you have. And then he gets banned. So for Plaque Boy Max, if you're saying Bankstein and talking about Adin Ross getting manipulated by FaZe Banks, number one, Adin Ross is richer than FaZe Banks. Adin Ross is richer than Plaque Boy Max. He inspired you. Adin Ross is richer than Plaque Boy Max and FaZe Banks put together. And Adin Ross lived with FaZe Banks. And I don't think FaZe Banks got any bread off of him. He put them together in the house. Now, they ate off those Rubet deals back in that time when Mike Majlak was living in that house, when Rice Gum was living in that house, and I think Pammy was living in that house too. I think that's how they met, because they were living in the same crib. So explain to me how FaZe Banks is going to leverage anything against Plaque Boy Max to manipulate him, or against Adin Ross to manipulate him. And then Plaque Boy Max, if this Bankstein thing that's how you refer to him as, you were talking to him and confiding in him for the past 3 months. So since you left FaZe Clan, and keep in mind, they bullied this guy out of FaZe Clan. That's something that's also not talked about enough. Because of that controversy around the MLG crypto thing, they said, yo, we think it's best if you step down. This doesn't look too hot for the rest of us. So FaZe Bank steps down for you guys, and then Plaque Boy Max, he leaves. No, actually, no. That happened in a different timeline. Plaque Boy Max left first. So we got to get that out the way. So Plaque Boy Max leaves. You're still talking to FaZe Banks. You're still trying to get game from him. He's still giving you game. He's inviting you to come kick it at his crib. And you're talking to him this entire time, yet you knew about this whole Bankstein thing. Come on, dog. That looks worse on you at that point. Why were you talking to him at all if you knew that was the case? And this is where it makes Banks look even more correct, because he's saying like, yo, this guy's got the biggest ego. He thinks he's Travis Scott. Because now that your reputation is severed with the guy, partially due to your cousin, he had to show the messages because your cousin just started yapping at the mouth and couldn't keep his mouth shut. And you're defending his poor behavior. Like, your cousin should just shut up. Like, he doesn't need to be talking about your business with other people. And not only that, Plaque Boy Max was complaining and venting about having to take care of so many family members, including said cousin. He's like, yo, I got them set up in a crib and I'm paying rent here and there. And that's really the downfall of every person, which is when you start paying people's rents consistently, multiple people, and you're making sure to take care of them. What do you think? They're going to be like, I'm going to take this opportunity and grind out and make some bread of my own. No, they're like, oh, this is covered? Jeez, life is good. Now, his cousin is trying to do the streaming thing himself, but I think when he realizes how difficult it is to carry it on his own, then I don't know. He seems to be committed to it, but he just got to stay out the drama of ruining potential relationships for Plaque Boy Max. Like, yeah, you have the name because of your cousin, and I have no problem with him leveraging the fact that he's Plaque Boy Max's cousin to build his own base, but you can't be the Plaque Boy Max leaks guy because you're his cousin. So Plaque Boy Max, I think he did Adin Ross dirty here. I think the fact that he's, like he used Bankstein is like, yo, dog, are you serious? You look worse. I'm not going to accept that. He looks worse if you were talking to this. No, because the Charlie D'Amelio thing happened before he even left FaZe, and he was still talking after he left FaZe. So if Banks was so terrible, and that's why you left FaZe, why are you still talking to Banks and confiding in him months later? Oh, no, it's because he manipulated you. Manipulated you for what? He made no bread off of you. And he even consistently told you, like, yeah, we can work together if you want, but me and Zach Bia ain't tripping. The Zach that he's talking about in those texts is Zach Bia, which I might have to do like a whole long breakdown of those texts because there's a lot there. But that's the point. It's like, yo, he linked you up with Zach Bia, who manages Yeet. He's one of the most successful rappers right now. One of the most successful rappers to blow up in the past 5 years. And he's like, yeah, like Zach Bia left me. Yeah, because Zach Bia is not tripping off you. Zach Bia doesn't need you. He doesn't need your bread. He doesn't really need to like work hard to prove himself to you. Like, Zach Bia is looking at Plaque Boy Max like, yo, this kid I don't know if Plaque Boy Max got the ego with him, but he's like, this is so frustrating to have to deal with that it's not worth my time. I don't need the stress for whatever tiny amount of income I may make in proportion to how much he's making doing other things. Like, the stress to income ratio is just not worth it. So he probably dipped out, especially if the person like Plaque Boy Max is talking about like, yo, y'all are trying to take my bread and this and that. They're like, man, I don't even need your bread. Just stay over there. So Plaque Boy Max is moving a little bit weird right now. But let me know what y'all think in the comments. Like and subscribe and hit the notification bell if you enjoyed. And I'm going to see y'all in the next one.